Welcome back, everyone, for another matchup. I promised Diaboromon earlier. I didn't bring it to you because I wanted to get out that EX-2, you know, Mother D-Reaper series for you. But now we do have me playing Diaboromon against a buddy of mine at, he is playing Imperialdramon, and it is a different flavor of Imperialdramon than Princess's. She modeled her deck off of his, but he changed it up a little bit. You'll see he has a Magnamon and a very spicy tech later on. But first things first, I'm playing Diaboromon as promised, and you can see I have the Searcher Caramon. He draws, and then he goes into the Davis for a search, and from here he manages to find 2 of the Digimon he needs to find. Here we go. I just play out a Catamon instead of just Digivolving on top of it, and the search is fruitful because I do find an Arata afterwards. And, well, I'm going to put him back into my hand first, and then I Digivolve the other Searcher Caramon on top, which is not ideal, but then I warp into the Infirmon. So now we are pretty much prepped and ready to go if I wanted to get out that Diaboromon as fast as possible. So he's going to play out the Vmon, he Digivolves and passes the turn over. I Digivolve for 2, that lets me play the Arata for free. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have a Diaboromon. So I swing in with the Infirmon, it dies, so I know next turn I'm going to get at least +1 memory from that Arata. And then I Digivolve into the Infirmon for 6k, which is going to be a very important signifier because pretty soon we're going to see why that's a problem. Breath of the Gods means he can no longer attack after hitting that into security. Digivolves into the Stingmon, and then Jogresses into the Imperialdramon. He's going to bottom the Infirmon, which is why I opted to switch up my deck a little bit and run Black Tie, so during his turn, the Infirmons get +1000 and dodge that, but it doesn't matter right now because I don't have that, and he just Digivolves straight up into the Imperialdramon, and now I have to rebuild, and it is not looking good for me. I put out the Kurisanimon that gets Rush, Analog Boy to search, and then I don't really find anything that I want. Played out another Searcher Catamon to look for something. There are 3 Diaboromon right there and another Searcher Caramon. It's really rough right there, but I'm going to go for the Caramon because I don't need a Diaboromon. I think I need an Infirmon, if anything. So, in a really rough spot here, very far behind, and that's kind of the problem with Diaboromon. I do get another Arata, and I get another Arata out of security. But yeah, this is kind of the rough spot that Diaboromon is in. It's really easy to deal with its stack because it can't really dodge much of anything else. And then on top of that, it's, just controlled too hard. Hits the Iron Fisted Onslaught and security. This is some of the best security I've ever had, but as you're soon going to find out, it doesn't really amount to anything. Because, if I don't have that Infirmon to build up, then I can't get into the Diaboromon and start spamming Diaboromon tokens. So, a little bit of inconsistency with my deck. He plays out an extra Vmon just to make sure he has enough attackers on the field, and then puts out the jamming EX Vmon. I go up to 5 memory, which if I did have an Infirmon, it would have been enough to go up into the Infirmon and then a Diaboromon with blocker. I finally do find the Infirmon, but it's too little, too late at this point. There is nothing I can do. I can't even make a token. I can't do anything with my current board state. And, I just Digivolve into the Infirmon, pass the turn. He's going to push up, and barring anything crazy in security, which there's the final Zubagon punch, does not matter, he is going to win Game 1. And coming into Game 2, it's like I was saying, Diaboromon is just kind of too slow, which is, even though I want to make it better and get more memory and that kind of thing, we see here I have a really rough start. I just play out the Kurisanimon for 4, pass the turn. And, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Diaboromon is a deck that you want to go second with so you can build up your stack in the baby area, or you can search and then build up, or that kind of thing. So maybe I'm just going about it all wrong, thinking that I need to go first, because that's something I learned playing the D-Reaper deck. Going second sometimes is better, depending on what your strategy is. We build up into an Infirmon, pass the turn back because he chokes us down to 1 memory, and, well, from here, let's see what happens. He opts to not push up, he will Digivolve into the Magnamon. It is a blocker, and that also chokes me to 1 again. So you can look at my hand. I don't really have anything to do except play out the security Diaboromon. He gets a +1 security attack for every Diaboromon in play, including himself. So he just default has security +1. He's gonna Jogress on top of his Stingmon into the Chimeramon, which it reduces the DP on the Diaboromon, but it's not like he suspended it and can attack through it or anything. But that might affect it should I opt to swing with Diaboromon into security. I don't want to hit anything like the Imperialdramon, like the Chimeramon, like the obvious level 6 boss monsters. And he's going to swing with the Chimeramon. Gets his draw procs. He only hits a Kurisarimon, so that was a risky swing. He gets off scot-free. And then this is where he decides to Hammer Spark for 1 more memory, because he is going to choke me yet again. Digivolve for 4. Into that Imperialdramon. So, not looking good for me. My position is really rough to be in. I still don't have a rookie to build up on, which really hurts. So, all I can do is Catastrophe Cannon into the Imperialdramon, make it a Vmon again, and I get to create a token, which, if I do ever get to go on the offense, that is going to look good for us. But right now, it is kind of a struggle. So, waiting for the Imperialdramon player to make his move. Digivolves the Vmon, Digivolves into the, I think that's that's an X Vmon. With the rock, goes into the Imperialdramon, bottom decks the token, and I mean, if it goes to the bottom of the deck, it doesn't actually go there. Hits the security Diaboromon, so I get back my token, and it actually didn't have jamming, so it dies to that Diaboromon. So risky swing, not paying off right there. His Magnamon still does have blockers, so he's going to Digivolve up into an XVmon, classic, and then we'll see what his play is here. But, you might notice that there's a lot of background noise. He plays out a Vmon, completely misses, and now it's my turn. So, we are actually playing in a game store. It is my friend's game store. It is called Heroes Hideout down in San Antonio. So, if you ever need some Digimon TCG stuff, be sure to go to that place. It is very nice, very welcoming. All the guys there are, pretty nice. It's a fun community. I swing in there for the security attack +1, or +2 rather. Hit a couple of Vmons, play out the TK and carry, and now I'm sitting pretty because I'm choking him out right now. And, well, I finally found that rookie. It's the Caramon. And I know I'm saying this a little bit late, but I did want to give a shout out to my friends and their game store. So be sure to check out Heroes Hideout. I get set to 3 because of the TK carry, because I do have less security. Swing in for attack +3. Token swings in, and then restand. Game with the Diaboromon. And that is actually the only, or one of the only games I got with this Diaboromon deck today, because I wanted to, showcase the deck, but it's just not that good, so I got a lot of L's. Coming into Game 3, though, it is a standard start for the Imperialdramon player, just going up into an XVmon. I get the optimal Caramon to play on top of my Sumemon, and I play out the Arata first. I then go up into the Kurisarimon and the Infirmon in my baby area as he plays out a Vmon with jamming. Now it is back to him. Pushes up with that XVmon with jamming. Swings in, draws a card. He doesn't do anything, but there goes the Toyagamon. There goes another jammer, and that is my Arata getting pushed down. So, it looks like I'm in a really good spot right now. He goes up into the Imperialdramon, no targets, but he does get a couple more attacks if he wants it. Hits another Kurisarimon, and then swings into another Infirmon. So really nothing in my security except that one extra Arata, and he is really off to the races here. I think this is going to be the fastest game you see, but he has already almost won the game at this point. 3 Digimon out, 1 security. I do push up. I have a couple extra memory. I go into the security attack Diaboromon. Unfortunately, the Kurisarimon I have does not give the Diaboromon rush. Otherwise, I would have been able to win this game. But it does get me back 2 memory. And I swing in for security check +3, so 4 checks right there. And again, if only they had rush, I would have been able to close out the game with that 1 shot. But no, just didn't have the right Kurisarimon at the time. I draw for the Tsumemon. And at this point, I mean, I can't really do anything unless I find the Diaboromon that can, you know, act as a blocker and then just play it out to try to get in the way, which is going to be really hard to do. So, yeah, I play out the Analog Youth, find an Infirmon, play out the Caramon, find an Arata and another Caramon, but it doesn't do much for me because he has more bodies, and unless, I mean, there's really nothing he can hit in security. Gets me the blocker Diaboromon that I needed, and that is the game. So, unfortunately, Diaboromon just not really being able to hold up in the meta. I mean, you can see it can be fast, it can get that 1 shot, but it's definitely not consistent enough. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. There will be more in the future. Look forward to some more D-Reaper, and I even have a Black War Greymon deck if you have seen the last time I made that video. Look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do everything else, and, well, you can even see I'm pulling out the Black War Greymon deck right now. That's going to be it for me. I will catch you cats later.